Hello students, in today's biology class, I am going to start your second chapter, reproduction in plants. So first see what is reproduction. As you know that all living organisms go through this reproduction process to maintain their population and species. So reproduction, from the word itself, its definition it comes, re means again, production means to produce. So reproduction means producing young ones of the same kind is called reproduction. Now reproduction occurs, as I said, reproduction occurs in all living organisms. So reproduction process occurs in plants as well as in animals. And in this chapter, you will learn about plant reproduction. Plant reproduction is the production of new offspring in plants which can be accomplished by sexual or asexual reproduction. In plants, there are two modes of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction, it means there is no involvement of, asexual reproduction means only one parent is involved and there is no formation or fusion of male and female sex cells. Whereas in sexual reproduction, there is fusion of male and female gametes occur. So first see asexual modes of reproduction in plants. There is 5 different modes of asexual reproduction in plants. First is binary fission, second budding, third fragmentation, fourth spore formation, and the last one, that is fifth, vegetative reproduction. These different modes means first 4, these modes occurs in the lower organisms like bacteria, fungus, algae, and the last one, that is vegetative reproduction, it occurs in the higher plants. And in this vegetative reproduction, different parts of plant like the root, stem, leaf are used to produce new plants. So first see binary fission. Binary fission, it's a asexual mode of reproduction, and in this process there is a separation of the body into 2 new bodies. Binary means, bi means 2. So in this process, parent cell divides into 2 daughter cells. As you can see in the given picture, the first one, this is the process, division process occurs. In the first step, the cell elongates and DNA is replicated. Means in the first step you can see the DNA, it is replicated, means it divides into 2, and then ultimately it start division, and ultimately in the second step you can see cell wall and plasma membrane begin to divide. First nucleus divides and then there is a folding, inner folding starts in the cell wall and plasma membrane. And in the third step you can see cross wall forms completely around divided DNA, and that cell cross wall forms, that completely forms in between the 2 divided DNAs. And in the fourth step, cells, they completely separate from each other and behaves like a individual cell. The next is budding. Budding is a type of asexual reproduction in which a new organism develops from an outgrowth or bud due to cell division at one particular site. The small bulb-like projection coming out from the yeast cell is known as bud. Budding, this process you can clearly, means the best example in which you can see this process is yeast. As in the given picture you can see, first there is a yeast cell and then ultimately a projection is coming out in the yeast cell and the nucleus also starts to divide. Ultimately nucleus completely divides into two and this projection is called a bud. In the last picture you can see there is a chain of buds formed. After the formation of a bud from the main parent cell, this can be detached from the parent cell or it can be remain attached with the parent cell in the form of a chain like structure, as you can see in the given picture. The next is fragmentation. Fragmentation means the splitting of cells into two parts and makes new bodies is known as fragmentation. Each fragment develops into a mature clone, genetically and morphologically identical to its parent. It is a type of asexual reproduction or vegetative propagation. You can see in the given picture, this is fragmentation in Spirogyra. In Spirogyra, it's a ribbon-like structure it has, and you can see there is a formation of septum. Septum means wall formation starts and ultimately the cell divides into small fragments and each fragment behave like a single cell. Next is spore formation. Spore formation is a method in asexual reproduction and many spores are stored in sacs called sporangia. Spores means these are the, you can see spore formation occurs inside the sporangium, and this spore formation is common in plants like mosses and ferns. These are ornamental plants and bear spores on the outside of their leaves, and these spores, these are very light, which can be easily driven by air or any person on any, means with the help of person or animals they can easily move from one place to another place. And when sporangia also, when it is full of spores, it bursts minute single-celled thin or thick-walled structures called spores are obtained, and under suitable conditions they develop into a new plant. Spore formation, you can means spore formation is common in ornamental plants like mosses and ferns. Next is vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, in this the vegetative parts of plants are being used for the production of new plants. Vegetative parts means vegetative parts included leaf, stem, root. All these are the vegetative parts of a plant, means except flower, the rest part of a plant is called vegetative part. And in this vegetative reproduction, that vegetative parts are used to produce a new plant. Vegetative reproduction is any form of asexual reproduction occurring in plants in which a new plant grows from a fragment of the parent plant or a specialized reproductive structure. Many plants naturally reproduce this way, but it can also be induced artificially. So, The rest means different types of vegetative reproduction we will deal in the next class. Today's homework, what is reproduction? Question number 2, explain asexual reproduction in plants. Question number 3, differentiate between asexual and sexual reproduction. In second question, explain asexual reproduction in plants. You will explain all the modes of asexual reproduction that I explained in today's class, and you will draw the diagrams also and write these answers in your biology notebook. Thank you.